do self.play. Then I'm basically gonna shift him up by this much. So let me just get the head. Let me make this an up. Then I'll have the head offset from bottom. And that's just going to be everything here. Then I'll do a negative of that. Well, it'll be 1 times that. So it's going to move the head off the screen. Then animate it moving back up. So I'm going to play, head animate, shift, up. I guess just head offset from bottom times 2, right? Okay, let's see if that does what I want. And I've got the parentheses. Great. He wasn't looking in the direction. I guess what's happening? Why would he only look at it after? It has to be that when this is copied to create a target, the target doesn't have the eye position copied. But I'm not going to deal with that right now. I'm just going to call this initial offset or something like that. Head initial offset, I'll say. And my LSP didn't work. That's great. Let's be head initial offset. Initial offset. Then move it back. Animate. Moving it back. Okay, then I'm also going to want to shrink. I'm going to want to shrink the recoloring down so he has it on a piece of paper. So how about, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to generate a target for the graph. Yeah. I'll do G target equals G dot generate target. I'll just add that for now. If I do that, then I'm gonna embed right here and see if I can manipulate the graph into where I want it. So if I want this person to be holding it, I'm gonna do G. Let me see if I can move this first of all. So I'll do G target. I'll scale this by like half. That looks good. Now I'll do shift. I should hit left times like maybe 1 is good. And nope, something broke. That was weird. I'm going to try scaling this by a half, and then I guess we'll just see what happens if I try to shift this left. It can go a little bit further. I don't know if I can shift it from here. I try to do 0.3. That's actually good. 0.3. Okay. So I can actually just shift it left by 2. That's gonna put it right next to this person. That's gonna put it right next to this person. Although what I think I'll do instead, maybe I just want to offset the head so that the graph will shrink down, but the graph will remain centered after shrinking. I think that would look good. Actually, I'm just gonna try. Let's see how this looks right now. So I'll just do this and I'll move to target on G. And I guess not add the original. Not add it here. I will want to add that though. Oh, the target doesn't have the zero buffers for the graphs, for the edges. Things can never be easy, I guess. Let me try this. I'm gonna make this interact. I think it's definitely true. I think that I don't want this shifting. I think I want the head shifting instead. So what I'll do is I'll have this my head here. I'll just shift that by left times like a half. And I won't shift this. See how that looks. And he is not shifted enough. Also, I didn't want to corner, but I did want to edge. Let's move him to the bottom. Then I'll just shift like left times 2 or so. See how this looks. Okay, I think that looks decent. I'm gonna have to move the guy a little further to the left so it doesn't overlap. Let me just make this 2.5. I think that'd be fine. Still not quite enough. Or maybe... Nah, this is fine. I was thinking maybe I should have it so that after the animation occurs, the person with the graph should be centered both. But that'd be way too much work, I think. Alright, so this person has found the 3 coloring. I'm gonna see if it ends up being a small change to fix that problem with the edge buffers. I'm not totally sure why that happened in the first place. Oh, you know what it must be? Offset edges by radius. It has to be something within that code. I'm gonna open this. Okay, and so this adds an updater here. Or it does graph u dot get center u dot radius. Okay, so this radius can vary. So how can I get it to compute the radius? I wonder if there's a get radius. Probably not. If there was, I don't know if I'd want to use it. Maybe I should just do here is do like get width divided by 2, and that'd be the same thing as the radius. For this I'll have the radius. Then after that I'll do get width divided by 2. For this I'll have the radius. Then after that I'll do get width divided by 2. Yeah. Or maybe this should, I guess this would be more consistent. Okay. All right, so that looks pretty good. Now I'm gonna want when another person comes, well, I could have this on a piece of paper. I think I want it on a piece of paper actually. And then when another person comes in, walks in from the right, then I'm gonna want him to hide it. So how should I do that? Let's see if I can center both these guys. Have the head is in this position, shifted, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to want to center. Here's what I'm going to do. I want to create the V group of the head and the G target. I want to shift that right times whatever I need to. So I guess it'll be this will be the negative of its X position. Which means it'll have to be a variable. So I'll say head with graph. And then head with graph. I'm gonna shift that. Negative right times its center. And the X coordinate of that. So I think these should be centered now. And now, I think when the head comes into the scene, okay, and now the person with the graph is what's centered. What I think I want to do is have this on a piece of paper. So I'm going to have some paper, and that's just going to be a rectangle. So we embed here. I'll say paper equals rectangle. I'll add that to do a few things. Fill color, I'll set that to white. Fill opacity should be 1. I have to move it behind the graph. I think I'm going to want a stroke color of black as well. Okay, so that'll be fine. I want to do that around here, I think. And get a fill color. Fill color goes white. Fill opacity is 1. Stroke color equals black. Then I want it to be behind the graph. So I can just do move to back, I think. But I actually don't know. Let me just look at this class. Okay, so you can pass a width and a height. I'm gonna say the width of this is gonna be the width of the graph. Plus like 0.3 or something. Okay. And then the height will be the height of the graph. Okay. And then the height will be the height of the graph. That's like 0.5. So I'll do this. Move to the center of the target. Then I want to move it to the back, which I'm not sure how to do. I think that's part of scene. Move to back, maybe? Is that to back? To front? Guess not. Or is it bring to back? Let's bring to back. Okay, so then I'll do self. Bring to back on the paper. And then here, I'll fade it in. With luck, this will fade. This will fade the graph. The graph will shrink onto the paper, hopefully. Okay, well, the paper is enormous. No, this should be G target. So run this again. Close, I think. So why would this... Oh, because I center it here. Okay, I'll try doing this. That looks a little better. Though, now the person is overlapping. I guess what I'll want... Oh, a few things. I'm gonna make the... Maybe I'll just make the graph smaller. Maybe that's all. Okay, so now it fits on the paper. Should move this embed with an interact. I'll try making this 0.4. Dang. It shouldn't be such a big deal. I think I can just move this person. Is this all I'd have to do? Yeah, that looks fine. I'm just gonna make it actually a little bit smaller. You should not be nitpicking like this early on. Okay, I think that's good. I'm just gonna make the paper a tiny bit taller. There. That's actually perfect. Now, yeah, that's perfect. Let me actually, I'll leave that up. I'll actually show the creation. Let's see how that looks. Okay, that's actually great. I'm gonna put a to-do here. Head should look at the graph during the animation. Okay, so that's fine. Now I'm gonna want another person to walk in from the right. Which means I should maybe give this a better name than head. No, I'll just leave it as head. Head dot shift. And do I just call? No, I'll just leave it as head. Head dot shift. And do I just call it head 2? I guess that's fine. And then move the head off screen, then animate it moving back. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Let's get a head 2. And just self.add the second head. And then interact. If I run that, and I think I actually only want to see the final frame, but I don't know if we can do that anymore. If I don't preview, dang. I think it did what I want. The animation did, but I wasn't able to skip to the end. Maybe I'll just do an in2, something like that. And that just went straight to the embedding. Did I want in 1? Okay, that's fine. Now I'm going to put this person to the bottom right corner. Down right. And actually, maybe I could just do it from here. To corner, down right. Sounds good. I wanted to look at the graph. Although I don't even think I have a method for... Yeah, I have look in direction. I'm gonna want look at. So let me actually just write that. Because here I use look in direction too. Self. I'm gonna say here's a target. This is going to affect each eye individually, which I might not want. I might want the vision of the eyes to be, the path traced by the eyes to be parallel to each other, rather than intersecting at the target. But I think I'll deal with that later if I want to do that. Right now I'm going to do... This will just be self.look in direction. Let's see, target center. Minus, oh, I'm gonna have to... Actually, I'm gonna do self.eyes, which is a group, not get center. I'll do target, not get center, minus that. That should look at the target. So then here I'll do look at the graph. And then here I'll also do the graph. Since it should have been replaced by the target by this point. Let me update my task here. I want this to be N1, I think. Aw, man. Well, he's not looking at the graph. So why is that happening? Well, the other one is looking at the graph. I wonder if I need to wait first or something? Probably not. Wait, was the... Wait, was the warning that came up there? Or did multiple things at once? And I was looking at the graph. But now I realize I want him to be reversed. So let's do dot flip, I think. Although I'm not sure that's the one I want. I guess this just calls the super class flip. And this does a rotate. Oh, a rotate over the up axis. Okay. So I guess I want to flip. I think flip should maybe just be enough on its own. Untyped and no attribute to corner. This does return self.rotate. And self.rotate returns self. So why is this returning none? Oh, it is... No, this returns self as well. I'm gonna try debugging that. Okay, I know this part. Okay. Oh, was it the head? None type is not attribute to corner. That means flip had to return nothing. Okay, I'm not going to try breaking there. I'm going to try breaking here. Now, this is going to return self. Now there's a wrapper here. And it's returning the wrapper. I think that's a bug. Because of this triggers refresh triangulation, I guess. And this... I'll just call this red, I guess. Hopefully this will fix that. I think it did. So now the eyes. The eye filling is weird. So why is it doing that? You can tell that the part that's The part that's filled has a straight top from one side of the eyeball to the other. Um, thinking of how the expression code works, this might be sort of tough to fix. It all happens in I, like here. This is when it's getting the eyeball. And it's doing the top correctly, I guess. Or the bottom correctly, but the top, it isn't.